Hi, this is Rachelle with Scrapcraftastic, and I am going to play along with the art challenge hosted by Planning with John. I am going to attempt to play along and keep up. I'm already late. He's already on day 2. He's already made his notebook. I haven't done anything. I just basically realized that he had an art challenge going on this morning because I hadn't been receiving notifications for his videos and I didn't know. And his video popped up this morning. So I said, okay, I'm doing the challenge. So I got all of this stuff out to set up my first insert, and I thought I'd come on and bring you along with me at least to set up the traveler's notebook and make my insert. So I have this traveler's notebook that was gifted to me by MLG & Co. It has some issues on the inside here. As you can see, I tried to clean some of that up. It's a little better than it was, but it's still quite noticeable. But this is, I believe, a pocket size traveler's notebook, and it has the pink elastics. I want to make it more Christmassy, so I'm going to change the elastics. So we're going to do that part first. Then I'm going to add these clear adhesive pockets that I got on Amazon. I'll link to them in the description box below. So that is going to help cover some of the problems on the cover. And I figured if I'm putting one on the front, I might as well put one on the back. This little streak isn't that bad, but this was a little, I don't know, bothersome. So I'm going to do that. Then I am going to use this piece of cardstock. It is double-sided. It came out of this paper pad, Very Merry. It's a die cuts with a view pad from Joanne, and it is copyright 2017. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use this mixed media paper from Five Below. We experimented with this before with the different watercolors. So I'm going to use this to make my pages, and of course I have my elastics and other tools out that I will need. So first, let's go ahead and change these elastics. I have this little kit from Amazon that I got several years ago, and it happens to have some red. So we're going to use the red elastic, and I guess I'm just going to leave that open and put this pink in there when I am done. So I'm just going to use what was in there as a guide somewhat to measure what I need. Just trim that off. Now I don't know how, I've never restrung one of the MLG & Co. notebooks, so I don't know how easy this is going to be, and I'm wrinkling up my paper. I guess I should go ahead and take this out too. I really don't need this many elastics, but, and then let's see, I'm going to cut a piece this length. And this is what's left over. Then we got that. And this. Okay. So the short piece goes in here. Let's see if I can get this other side in there. Yep. Much easier than I expected it to be. Just tie it off. You can burn the ends. I'm just going to leave it for now. I'm not going to get into all of that. Let's see. Okay. That's kind of snug. It could be snugger. There we go. Okay. Then let's string the inside you do like a figure 8. So I'm going to start in the middle hole and hold that string. I'm going to go over on the outside, then up and over, then down through the same hole that we started and over on the outside. So this is what it's looking like. Basically just stitching and up. This might be much longer than I needed, maybe. Then back in. There we go. It's a little waste, but not too much. Let's see if we can even them up. Just do a little adjusting. There we go. Okay. So I can trim this. I guess I could use this on a tag or something so that it doesn't go too much waste. So that's everything I needed this for. Let's wind this up. All right. So that's it for that part. Now we have somewhat of a Christmas look with the red. Okay, and to top things off, this may be too big, but I'm gonna use it anyway. This is from BEPD. I don't remember what it stands for. I can't read the tiny writing, but I'll put all the information in the description box below. I don't think that this shop sells bows anymore. Some time ago, I had ordered one of these and I lost it. I don't know what I did with it. It still hasn't shown up. I got a feeling I might have accidentally thrown it away. And I contacted the shop like the next year and asked if they would make me one. And she did. So here it is. And this will be my first time using it. I've had it since last Christmas, I think. So I'm going to clip this on. And it is too big, but I don't care. I'm going to use it anyway. So there's that. I'm going to keep the package so that I can put it back in for storage. And that way I'll remember where I got it from. Again, I don't know if this shop still sells bows. I think they only sell stickers now. But yeah, that was very nice of them to accommodate me with that. I wish I could make it stay still. Maybe I'll use the big loop and put it on later, but we won't worry about it for now. Okay. Let's go ahead and put these pockets on. And did I just put that on the wrong way? Yes. Yes. It should go this way. Okay. So this is our front, and I wasn't able to clean that up, so let's cover it up. So you can also sometimes find these clear pockets at Target in the Bullseye or whatever it's called now, the old Target dollar spot. I don't like shopping where I don't know that I can get it, so I found some on Amazon and I will link to them. That way, when you need them, you can get them, because Target they don't usually have them until back to school season. So you can still see the spots in the background, but that's going to be fine because we're going to add some cardstock or something there to decorate and cover that up. So, and then here is the one for the back. Just trying to line it up kind of straight. And the cool thing about this is you can remove these. They are not permanent. So, okay. That is done. We got our little bow, or our giant bow actually. Now let's make our inserts. Our insert. I'm going to use 9 pages because I saw in John's insert video that he used 9. This paper is 9 by 12. I need an insert that's 3.5 by 5.5. So I should be able to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I should be able to use these pages. So that's 5 pages. That should do it. And he did 9. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do 10 so that I don't have any waste. And I'm going to go ahead and trim these down. We can put these away. So I'm going to cut these in half. They are 12 inches according to the cover. So that means 6 inches should be half. So let's cut it at 6 inches. Hopefully that's going to be right. Okay. And then these 3 at 6. Hopefully that's good. Okay, so there are our pages. Not quite the same, but close. We're still gonna have to trim off some anyway. I'm gonna trim this at 6 too, or as well. So I'm just gonna cut off 6 inches. Even though I only need 5.5, I'm only gonna waste a 1/2 inch here. So that's not the best cut, but it'll do. So these are the pages. I don't know if my staple is gonna go through this. John stitched his. I don't want to stitch. I just rather do the staples. So hopefully that's gonna work. Use my bone folder to crease this. Get these chips out of the way. And I'm just going to do individual pages. This is mixed media paper, but it's not the best mixed media paper. But it's going to work fine for this, I think. I don't think I'm going to be soaking my pages with anything too much. So. And he is drawing and using watercolor so far for his. I may do some stamping and coloring, and I don't know. I might mix it up a little bit instead of drawing, but I have been, I've had the itch to draw lately, so we'll see. It might get a little drawing out of me. Yeah, these are going to be big enough. So it's the first 2 prompts. He didn't number the prompts. I don't think he did. So you can kind of skip around and do whatever you want, because like with drawing, you may not feel like doing a certain thing on a certain day. I'm going to try and go in order just for me, because it's already going to be a challenge for me to actually do all 30 or 31 days. So I think it's, I don't know how many days it is. I didn't look. I need to print out the prompts, and I'll be doing that and adding that into this notebook. But like I said, this is like a spur of the moment thing. I jumped up this morning and I was like, okay, I'm doing John's challenge. So make sure you're following me on Instagram, because if I don't get to post here, I will post on Instagram, and I'll try to also post in the community tab, because I doubt I will be recording every day, every prompt. I'll probably just mostly show progress in my Instagram stories, and I'll try to post the stories here. YouTube does not really make it that easy to post over here, but I'll try my best to post everything here as well. And yeah, but if you really want to keep up follow me on Instagram. Okay. He also used, maybe I might have to stitch this. It's kind of thick. Yikes. He used the We Are Memory Keepers. I don't even know what it's called. It was gifted to me. I have 2 of them. One of them is going to go in a giveaway one day. What is this called? Bookbinding guide. But I don't even know how to use this yet. So I'm not going to even get into that. I'm going to try the staple and see how that goes first. So I'm just going to fold this in half with the right side up. Use my bone folder. Put this on here like so. And it's not going to matter that this is hanging out because we're going to trim it off. I might try to keep some of the flap and make it a tuck spot on the inside. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So I just need to open this up, line everything up, and I'm going to put a binder clip on this side, and let's see, I have another one around here, and put a clip on this side. So then let's do this. I'm gonna eyeball this. No, I don't like to eyeball, but I'm gonna do that this time just because. I'm gonna open up my stapler, and I'm gonna put 3 staples in this. And let's see, let's put it in the center. One towards the top or the bottom, and one towards the top. Let's see if I can get these the same. Okay, got all the staples in there, and yeah, these are it's gonna be a tight fit. I'm gonna push these down. Maybe I should have stitched it because these staples are barely making it through. Okay, we're just gonna have a bunch of holes in this. I'm gonna take these out. This is not working. I'm gonna have to sew this. It's too many pages. The paper is too thick for these staples. So time to regroup. If I'm gonna have to stitch it, then I need to put it at somewhat of an angle like this. And go ahead and clip it again. I'm not going to use my punch cradle. I'm not going to measure. This is for me, so it'll be fine. And this is taking longer than I anticipated. Okay, so let's find the center and punch. I'm going to leave that there. Get my binding kit because I'm going to need it. So I'm going to use these jumbo paper clips to keep my holes open. So when I remove this, I'm going to put a paper clip in there because it's about the same size as the hole. Then I'm going to do a hole about a couple inches away from that one. And I'm going to do the same thing with the paper clip, put it in there to hold my hole open. And hopefully that is going through where I needed to go through. It kind of is. I have this green thread. I've never used it. the time to use it. Let me see what else, what the other options I have in here. I'm gonna use the white. Let's go with white. Or is this gray? Whatever color this is. It's like a gray, but it looks close enough to white. I'm gonna use that. So I need 3 lengths of my notebook. 2. And you don't have to cut it first. I just cut it first because it's less cumbersome that way. And I need a needle with a fairly large eye on it, but not too big. Then I'm gonna have to thread this needle. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna have my tails on the inside. So I'm gonna start in the middle. And I can go up or down, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna take this out and come up here. Again, we're doing a figure 8. Let's put this out of the way. You go out through the middle of the insert, up through the top or the bottom, whichever one, then all the way to the other end and out through that hole. Then you're going to come up on the other side of this string in the middle. This string looks like it's glowing in the dark, but this is a waxed thread, and you don't want to split your other tail or the string that's in the middle. So you should have string on either side. Let's put this up. Pull this through. I'm trying to even these up before I tie my knots. Make sure everything on the outside nice and tight before I tie it off. You want it nice and taut, but don't pull too tight because you could rip through the paper. So I'm going to tie a knot. Make sure I got that good and tight. I'm going to leave the tails pretty long because I'll probably put something on them. But I'm going to go ahead and tie them in a bow for now. Keep them out of the way. So there is all done and stitched. Okay, so that took a turn. So now we need to trim it. Let's hope after all of that work we can get it trimmed right. Now I could easily just go and trim it on my heavy duty paper cutter, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna do it with the craft knife. So scary. Okay, so we need it to be 5.5 inches in height. So let's measure 5.5 inches. So right about here. Come over here and do the same thing. 5.5 inches. I'm gonna take my ruler and my blade. I may need to stand up for this. Got our blade and our ruler in place. And I'm just gonna start making slow slices. And you'll be able to tell once you go through. Make sure you do this on a surface that is suitable for cutting with a blade. And there we go. So that's pretty clean cut, I think. Get rid of the bits. Now let's do the width. I still want to keep some of my width, so I am going to flip this back and measure 3.5 inches. So that's going to be right about here. On this end, and right about here on this end. So I want to get my scrapbook paper out of the way. I'm going to put my ruler on this side. Make sure that the papers are lined up as best as possible. Connect the dots with my ruler. Firm grip on the ruler. Again, easy slices. Start above the paper and pull towards yourself. Make sure that the blade is on the paper, not on the ruler. You can kind of push the pages out of the way as you cut through. And this is pocket size, 3.5 by 5.5. Whoop. Okay. There we go. Now, it looks pretty clean. I think I'm going to fold these in, the covers, and turn them into pockets. It's going to be a big pocket. Scooch it out a little bit. Yeah. So there is our pocket. Burnish it down. I'm going to punch a little hole, thumb pull in there. This is the middle where I want to punch. And I've already marked my punch and everything so that I know how far down to go and where the middle is, or where to line up the middle at. So punch. And do we want rounded corners? I'm going to do this other side the same. Hopefully that's going to be the same. Okay. Burnish that down. Punch. And then I'm going to use my We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder. And let's see. Let's try 1/4 inch first and see what it looks like. Gonna round these. Probably should have put the tape on there first, but I'm going to use this 1/4 inch score tape to make the pocket. So I'm just going to run it down the side of the paper on both sides. Burnish that down. And peel it up and make our pocket. So there's one. There's two. And that is our notebook. It's mostly okay. All right. So we have one notebook. And I'm not going to worry about putting any other notebooks in here. For now, we have the one notebook, and that's all we need. Oh. I have room to grow. I'm using this paper on another project, but I'm thinking I can just use a piece in here. This is a 6x6 paper pad. Do I want to put that bright green in there or something a little more subtle? I think I'm going to do something a little more subtle. So let's go ahead and trim down a piece to go in here. And what are we going to put in the back? I think I'll just leave the back empty for now. Because I really need to get started on the actual art of this. So enough hemming and hawing with the paper and get to the art. Let's trim this down. So this will go in the pocket, cover up that area, and we want it to be about this height. So I'm going to trim it down to that. And what I didn't do is round these corners, but I don't think I want to. I should put something on there to hold this closed. Eventually it will relax, but so I'm just going to round these. And slide that in the pocket, cover up our spots. I'll probably put the list there as well, the prompts, and we're set, all set. All right, so that is it, a very basic setup for Planning with John's December Art Challenge. I need to get busy with day 1 and day 2. This is what we have. I restrung it with red elastics, added this buffalo plaid bow from BEPD. Hopefully I have that right. Then we used the clear pockets from Amazon on the inside covers to cover some blemishes. I added a piece of cardstock in the front, again to cover the blemishes. This is double-sided paper from Die Cuts with a View from a paper pad. And I used mixed media paper from Five Below to make the notebook, which is 3.5 by 5.5. The cover is from MLG & Co. This is a pocket wide. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that little gray bell so that you'll receive notification each time I upload a new video. Be sure to check the community tab and my stories for updates throughout the week. Also, check us out over at patreon.com/Scrapcraftastic for exclusive content and digital downloads. Visit my other channel, Journal Life's Journey, for craft videos and junk journals. You can find me across social media at Scrapcraftastic. Visit my website and shop at scrapcraftastic.com. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.